I'm also loving Charleston real estate with my good friend Nathaniel L. Ford. It's here. I'm going to start by answering some of the questions from viewers. And good for you that you were just telling me during the break that your phone has been ringing off the hook ever since you've been on Low Country Live.
Yes, it has.
From not only friends but from church members and all that. And I think one of the big things is that some of the folks initially, as something we talked about last week, may have been a little skittish, may have been a little afraid to sign the name on a piece of paper.
Exactly.
But you make that a lot more easier. Tell us about some of those questions that you've had from some of the viewers.
The main question that I receive when people call is simply, where do I start? The main reason why I started loving Charleston real estate was to address, well, I saw a lack of education as it pertained to purchasing a home and selling a home. So when people call me, they just have no idea whatsoever where to start from. So today I just want to kind of go over a couple of things. The first thing is before you do anything, you absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, need to contact a loan officer or contact me. The reason being is because you have no idea. Most people have no idea what's on their credit report.
Yeah,
at all.
It's extremely important.
Extremely important.
And when you say contact a loan officer, probably one of the better things to do is to call you, because you can put them in the right direction of the right loan officer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So contact me, and I'll get you in contact with one of the individuals that I work with. And what they will do is pull your credit report.
Sure.
And that's where it starts from. You know, regardless of how much money you have, the society we live in, you have to owe somebody so we can see how you pay them in order for us to give you money. So, you know, a lot of people think, well, I have the money, my credit score doesn't matter, which is absolutely incorrect. Your credit score absolutely matters. So when people contact me and we put them in contact with the loan officer, once we get that credit score, the second thing, the question is, well, if my credit isn't good, what do I do?
Sure.
I will put you in contact with a nonprofit, Family Services.
Okay.
Adrian is the individual that I work with. And what she does, she actually pulls you in the office and she goes over your credit report line by line, and she actually instructs you how to get things removed, how to negotiate balances, and then in return it'll put you in a position where you can actually purchase. So those questions I've been getting quite often. Where do I start? And if my credit isn't good, what do I do? Contacting me to kind of get the process going. And then the second step is I'll put you in contact with Family Services if there's some work that needs to be done.
Because there are a number of steps, preliminary steps, before you just jump in the car and go start looking at houses with you.
Exactly. And what happens is,
you know, that's what we would like to do. But the thing of it is, if you're showing someone a house that they can't qualify for, you're wasting three people's time. You're wasting your time, their time, and the people that own the house.
Exactly.
And you don't want to be doing that.
And that's very important because gas can get pretty expensive as far as driving individuals around. So what happens is we ride around, look at houses for 2-3 weeks, and then we say, well, let's go talk to a loan officer. Then a loan officer says, well, we can approve you, just not for the $300,000 house you was looking for. We need to stay about half of that at $150,000.
Sure.
So what happens is, a lot of time is wasted, and a lot of people, they're hesitant about pulling that credit score for whatever reason. They do not want to pull that credit score. But I'm telling them over and over again, we have to start there. That is the starting point. And once we can get it started, then we can get the ball rolling. Sometimes it takes 3 months, sometimes 6 months. Next week, I have one of my clients. She was afraid to pull it too. And now she's getting her house built up in Moss Grove, in Mouse Corner.
So when she pulled it initially, was it good, bad, mediocre, need to be improved?
Well, what happened is she didn't want to pull it. She was going online, just looking at things, and I kept telling her, listen, we need to pull it. So when we finally did pull it, some things that she didn't think was on there was actually on there. And I explained to her, if we had pulled it initially, we could have addressed these items sooner. So when she pulled it, we addressed those items. It took her about maybe 3 months. And now she's getting her house built. It'll be ready in November.
So credit issues sometimes can take several months or maybe even a year to get straight if the person has not filed for any bankruptcy, so to speak. That's a whole different ballgame.
Because a lot of times there are inaccurate information on the credit report. There's information that's on there that's double.
A lot of times,
you know, they have it 2-3 times on your credit report.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, that's why it's important to get it pulled so you can find out what's going on.
Absolutely. Tell us about this house you're going to show us at 192 Airborne Way.
Yes, a couple weeks ago, a lovely couple from Cross, South Carolina, they called me. And, you know, they said, Mr. Ford, you know, we've been watching you on TV and, you know, you seem knowledgeable about what you're doing. We would like to sell our home.
Okay.
So I went out there this past week. I took some beautiful pictures. There it is, 192 Airborne Way in Cross, South Carolina. It sits on 2.39 acres of land.
Okay. Got a nice shed in the back?
Yes, the land is kept impeccably well. There's access to hunting. Fishing.
Oh, wow.
It's just a lovely property. Right now we have it listed for 110. Next week I'm probably going to do an open house. You can come out and meet me personally and eat lunch. But if you know anyone that's, you know, looking to purchase and they like that type of, you know, rural area, serenity is nice and quiet. And like I said, they're lovely people. When I went this past week, you know, just I tell you the truth, just the encouragement and the feedback that I'm getting from this segment is just absolutely incredible. I look forward to come every weekend. You know, just keep calling me. Yeah.
Do you hear that right now? That's your phone ringing.
Yeah,
buddy.
it's buzzing in my pocket as we speak.
Tell us your number once again, Nathaniel.
My number is 843-568-0635, or you can contact me on Facebook at Loving Charleston Real Estate, and I'll be here again next week.
Yes, ma'am. Always, yes, sir. Always great to have you here.
Yes,
with
sir.
us.
I appreciate it.
And I know that place is going to sell. Probably going to sell a lot quicker than mine. That's for doggone sure. Now let's turn it over to Aaron.